Well, hi there, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. I'm a minute late, and I'm literally getting my dinner plate out of the way. It's been a crazy day. And what did I have for dinner? Leftover sloppy joes on top of basically corn chip crumbs with some cheese on top. Does that sound good? I would have liked the chips to be a little more whole. So really busy day today and just came from a meeting. So I'm still getting it together, but we're going to get it together. So we are doing an Easter egg topiary tonight, and we have all the stuff we need. So we need some moss. This is Spanish moss, and it's like a green kind. And we also are going to use a champagne glass, and we're going to use a saucer as the base to our topiary. Now, I had considered painting these, but I thought, you know what, they're pretty just like they are. So let's let that be the base. And then we're going to use a cone, a styrofoam cone that we got from Michael's. And so that is going to be what we're looking at. I'm going to turn the YouTube screen down a little bit. So let's get started and get this project going. So we're going to use regular old Easter eggs, but of course, you know, that's where the painting comes in. So I already did paint a few of them, but we're going to speckle them and everything, and they're going to look really nice and natural and pretty pastel colors, not the bright plasticky Easter eggs, okay? And if we have time, we're also going to work on a candle holder too. But if not, we'll do that another time. So the glue that I would choose to use for this project is E6000. So that is one of my very favorite glues because it lasts forever. It does take a while to set up though. So we're also going to put some hot glue with it to make it hold. So all we're going to do is just put I'm going to put this screen down. I'm going to put the E6000 around the top, and let's see, might be a little dried. Got to get some glue going here. So I am not even sure what the date of Easter is. Does anybody know? I know it's in April. So it's kind of a late Easter. I know some years it's in March. So hopefully this year we'll be able to enjoy Easter dresses and looking good on Easter. Warm weather. There's nothing like a beautiful sunny Easter day, is there? Okay, I'm really trying to get this E6000 out here. I have apparently a little bit dried, so let me keep trying to get some. I need to poke something down in there. That's what I need to do. You would think with all the things that I have right here. Excuse me one second. Oh, I found the perfect thing, I think. And it's this little screw. So hopefully that'll do it. I see some glue. So if you're local, I was just at our Altoona area business community meeting, and we had it at the Columns. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful building downtown. I mean, I was in it before for a wedding, but I never went all through it and saw the vault and everything in the basement. It's so cool. A lot of history to that building. So I'm getting some glue on here slowly, and then we're going to add some hot glue to it just to get it so that it'll hold quickly for us. Be a quick grab. So I actually have to do, hey Kathleen, how are you? Doing the around the Alleghenies show tomorrow. Well, actually, I usually do that, the Money Talks, but I'm actually going to be on with Casey. Um, so I'm not sure if it's live or if it'll go on later. But we're doing some Easter stuff too. Good, glad to hear it. You know, I love coming on here and doing this because it's been a long day, but I look forward to coming on and doing a little crafting and visiting with you guys. So don't be shy. Feel free to say hi if you're popping on. Okay, if you've ever used E6000, then you'll know that it is a little smelly. So you don't want to be like breathing this in a lot. Okay, I kind of missed a spot over here, a whole section. What are we making? We are making an Easter egg topiary tonight. But this is the base of it. We're using some fancy crystal and china. These are like little leftover pieces. And as you know, I keep talking about me moving. Well, you know, these are some odds and ends. So we are repurposing them. So I'm using a little hot glue along with our E6000 just so that it'll hold for us tonight. Yeah, quick grab. And we're going to use I'm going to do it this way so that I get it centered because that hot glue will grab pretty quickly. Okay. Hey, Perfectly Posh Plus, Miss Tamara. Long time no see. Tamara was at the meeting with me, so. Okay, so we're good there. And the next is our topiary. But I think, I was going to say, now, I've never done this. Surprise, surprise. We're going to put some moss on it. So I think let's do that before we put the topiary part on the base. So we're going to use all hot glue for that part. So, and I know that styrofoam and hot glue, it'll melt. So we're going to work quickly and not burn our fingers. Like I said, I did make some eggs up, but they're not quite done. So we're going to work on that some more. So we're just making our cone all mossy. And I think I need some more hot glue. I have all kinds of stuff in here. This is my bag of tricks. I've got a screwdriver and another screwdriver. This is serious business. All kinds of glue and glue sticks. This might be a night to break out that big long continuous loop glue stick. But I probably won't. I don't know why I'm like afraid of that thing. Not afraid, but it just seems like a lot. Trying to do this part rather quickly. So I hope everybody is doing well. Finally getting some warm weather after our snow on Saturday. We closed the store on Saturday. It was a little crazy for a while. So I know I keep talking about the big move, but we're getting ready for a big move. Our last day at the store is going to be March 26th, so that's 2 weeks. And then we hope to open early to mid-April at our new location, which is above the restaurant at the U.S. Hotel. It's the Canal Shops at the U.S. Hotel. So we're going to be the first tenants, and we're really excited. And Perfectly Posh Plus is going to be our neighbor. So we're both really excited about it. So it's just getting all my junk hoarding, moved. We all know me and junk, so it's just getting it all in storage and where it needs to be, and it's a very careful maneuver. Okay, we're getting our cone here. You live in East Texas. Your mom made one for you when you're 15. That's awesome. Well, then you can advise me if I do anything wrong. I thought I was going to have enough moss for maybe 2 of these, but I don't think. That's what I have left, but I am tearing it apart. And of course I do have like a little field of grass here on the table. So I'll have to pick some of that up, but it's loose and I kind of want it all to stay on here. So I'll get a good bit of moss on and put it on like confetti. I don't have to worry about total coverage on here because we're going to be adding eggs. So, have you ever made an Easter egg topiary? I know, Kathleen, you just said your mom did, but this is a first for me, so. Okay, some of it, when I turn it, it comes loose, so I want to make sure I have it all down. This is like a bad hair day here. It is one thing I'm going to miss is being next door to a hairdresser. It's always nice to be able to just go over and just get a quick cut. Almost have our topiary covered. Yeah, this used a lot more moss than I thought, so be advised if you're shopping for moss, grab a couple of them if you're going to make a couple trees. And you could use anything for the base. You could use a candle holder, you could use a plant saucer or anything. You could make one. Awesome. I'm sure you could if you watched your mom do it. And this isn't taking the most skills, which is good because, like I said, just been a little bit stressed out with the whole moving thing. So it's nice to do something that's a little bit mindless. Okay, so I'm going to set our tree out of the way. and get some of this moss out of the way. And that hot glue wasn't quite dry yet. I'm going to put this up a second just so we can make some, you know, eye-to-eye contact. I can't see your eyes, but anyway, let me see mine. Okay, so we're going to get these crumbs out of here. I have them all over me. Oh my. Okay, so now I'm just going to brush them out of the way so that we can paint and we don't get grass in our eggs. Yeah, I literally flew home here and just got set up, so not the most organized tonight. So, all right. Well, let me put the screen down again because we'll get started here. And so what I did was, so we have these eggs, you know, just like as they come packaged. So, you know, I think these are a little bit garish and plasticky, so we want to make them look nice and a little more chic, I guess you could say, or a little more country, or I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. So I actually painted these. I have all my paints here somewhere. Here they are. So I brought some really pretty colors home with me. Now this is chocolate. Now this is not to make a chocolate egg, but that sounds good. That'd be cool. What I actually got that for was to speckle them when we're done. So this is mint julep, so really pretty pale color, and then vintage duck egg, because what's better for Easter eggs, and apricot, and daisy, lucky lavender, this is the one I love, and limeade. Okay, so pretty Easter colors, I think. So I've done some in the lucky lavender, but I'm going to go ahead and close these up and then touch them up a little bit. We'll take a good look at them and see where they need a little touching up, like along the seam here, and just get some paint on them and then get to gluing them on our topiary. So I did 5 of each so far. So we're going to paint some more and maybe get them drying, but okay, so get these together. They look totally different when you put some paint on them, and especially when we get done with them. Don't you just love the colors of Easter? I do. Okay, this is the vintage duck egg. And we're going to paint some of these, but I just think they're so pretty. I should have an egg carton. That would be an ideal place to put them when they're wet. But I'll show you how I did them real fast earlier this evening. Pastels, yes. Yes, and I love vintage duck egg also. Okay, so I'm going to go with the limeade right now. And we're going to grab, I kind of like the stick in the same hue. So I'm going to grab some green eggs, no ham, and I'm just opening them up like this. This is the way that I found was really quick to paint them. And kind of a thicker paintbrush. Oh, I need to shake this a little. It's really thin. I have found that this color seems to want to separate. It gets real liquidy. It's weird how the different colors like behave differently. I hope this one doesn't take longer to dry. But anyway, here's my method. I just kind of keep it on here, and I do the small one first. This is the way I did it without getting too much. And then I just hold the top down and continue to coat them until I just have a little bit left at the top, and then I can let go. Yeah, this paint is seems a little runny. I did not bring the hairdryer to to dry them, so we'll just hope that they air dry by the time we're done with our gluing and all that stuff. That's why I wanted to get some done ahead of time. So what are you guys all up to tonight? You doing any crafting along with me, or just hanging out? So what's the temperature in where you are, Kathleen, in Texas? So the paint takes air dry clay. What with air dry clay? Have you, oh, you're working with it. Oh, good. Making molds? Are you making little sculptures? Okay. Last green one. I forgot to bring something to put my brushes in tonight. I was really flying in there at the last minute. Okay, cool. All right, these have like a marbly look to them. Oh, Alice in Wonderland molds. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's do a little apricot. I think this is a little dry, but I think we'll be okay. This brush is a little wet, so that, oh, this is going to be perfect. I actually like sometimes using thick paint for stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to grab some pink eggs, because I just think that using the same kind of tone helps with the coverage. I have all these blue eggs out here. See, I like the paint when it's kind of thick like this. I love the texture when you use the chalk paint too, as opposed to the plasticky feel. They feel more natural, more like a real eggshell when you use the chalk paint. Another thing you can do is put molds on the eggs. If you get maybe some of the bigger ones and just kind of seal them shut where the seam is. I've seen some beautiful eggs done with molds. I've done some. I have some that I get out year after year. maybe we'll have to do that this year on a Tuesday Talk, because I don't think we ever did that on a Tuesday Talk. This is a pretty color. These are going to look so cute with the chocolate speckled on them. But boy, that never came to me to do a chocolate egg tree. I mean, not real chocolate, but painted in chocolate, and then it would look like a chocolate topiary. Stuff that dreams are made of, right? I'm not supposed to be eating chocolate. Okay, once I get these done, then I'm gonna look at those other ones and see if we need to touch up a little bit. Then do some speckling and then do some gluing. I'm gonna try to focus on just one side of those because it's gonna get glued on anyway. So, you know, it might be a good idea if the ones that are dry, if I glue them on and then maybe touch them up. That might be a good idea. So I had actually considered painting them when they were on, but then no, that wouldn't have been too smart. But I think touching them up when they're on there, that might work. Okie doke. Now I have lots of half eggs in front of me. I feel like the green ones are going to need another coat though, but we'll let them dry. Okay, so I think it's probably time to glue the topiary on the saucer so it doesn't go anywhere. So, boy, let me move some of these egg halves out of the way. I think I did this before with a handle and it worked pretty well. Yeah, Kathleen, I think it should work. All right, so I'm just going to use the hot glue to put the topiary on here. So I'm going to put it down on the saucer. Try to put a good bit on there. I'm going to hold it a minute here. Guess you can't see very well on Facebook. Okay, seems like it's pretty well stuck on there. Okay, I need another glue stick. Oh, here they are. Okay, let's get some eggs on this tree. Is that a bell? It's a wine glass. It's a champagne glass, actually. And you know, if you wanted to, you could put something in there before you attach it. So, okay, so this egg is kind of messed up on this side, so I'll put the glue on this side, and then maybe we won't have to touch it up as much. So I'm just starting down at the bottom here and just sticking this on. So I'm just going to hold it in there. Okay. And let's go with a yellow one. Kind of putting the fat end of the egg down. then we'll kind of do it a little bit sort of like a brick pattern. I saw somebody doing this, but I really wasn't paying that close of attention. It is a really pretty champagne glass. I like the handle. So I'm kind of making it up as I go along, but these are sticking really nicely. I have a feeling we're going to have to speed paint some more eggs for it, but oh, you know what I forgot was the speckle part. Well, we're going to wait till it gets on here, and then we're going to speckle. We'll make it up as we go along here, as per usual. And then when you get glue strings, that's when you need the hairdryer. They're sticking really well. I think it's going to be really pretty. I like it already. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for dried eggs. So we may have to paint some more here and glue some that are not quite dry. Or what we can do is just kind of move along, and we can put another yellow one over here. Or should we take a paint break? Let's take a paint break. We'll set that aside, and then we'll set these dry ones over here. And these ones are drying. They should be dry soon. We can leave the green just a little bit of speckly or swirly, I guess. Or maybe we ought to put a second coat on it. What do you think? What's your vote? Here's what we haven't done is mint julep. So let's do some of those. If I can get the jar open. This is nice and thick. Okay. I'm going to put this over yellow. I'm just going to be crazy and put it over yellow. I'm looking for thicker brushes. Chalk paint does dry fast, fortunately for me. And really taking a hairdryer to this kind of would make me a little nervous because I'd be afraid of melting stuff. Heat gun anyway would probably. Hairdryer maybe not so much. That's a pretty color too. It seems to be covering really well over that yellow. My brush is wet, so it's still covering very well. So you guys have any Easter traditions? Yeah, my kids are all older, so we don't. I still like to give them. I did kind of quit doing the basket thing, but I always give them something. I still get them like one piece of candy and then usually just some money. The grandkids, though, I have fun, doing something with them. As far as a basket goes. What did you do Tuesday night? I just painted eggs. Hey, this, oh, Kathleen, I think I missed your comment. This would be an easy way to color eggs if you could do it this way to brush them. 3, 4. Let me do another one. Another yellow one here. I'm being really generous with this paint. Easter's your favorite holiday and your kids are grown. Okay. Well, spring is definitely one of my favorite times of the year, so I love that, and it's just such a joyful day. Okay, paper towel here. Okay, the apricot ones are getting there. They're getting there. So, but I just feel like we need a little more of the lime color on those other eggs. So, just going to give these another minute, and then we'll give another coat to the lime ones. My egg management skills are not the best. Yes. I agree, Kathleen. That's the real meaning. Is the our savior. Okay, I'm just going to pick that one up. It is kind of dry. Kind of. Ooh, I feel, okay. I feel like a more solid spot in the middle here. This is, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely liking the color of this a little bit better. I think this is going to be so cute. It's just a long process getting all the eggs painted. So I would have liked to have had more done, but it was kind of a crazy busy day. So can only do so much, but that's why we hang out together. So I hope when you guys are watching, I think it would be awesome if you had something that you were painting or working with at the same time. I think that would be fun. We'll have to do a Zoom craft night sometime. Everybody do their own thing. I got lime on my mint julep. I'll have to fix that. Maybe that'll be the side close to the topiary. I missed your comment again. I won't see it until the next time you comment. Sorry, when I'm engrossed here in my painting, I don't always look up. I know my lives aren't like a big thing. Maybe someday they will be. But I kind of like that they're very intimate right now and small groups. But, maybe someday we'll have, hundreds of people watching, and who knows. And then I won't get to see a whole lot of comments, but that's why I like it now. We can talk. Okay, gonna let these lime ones dry, and we're gonna work on some of these other ones that are a little bit more dry. Okay, so I'm gonna push them all out of my way and grab them. These guys. Okay. Just trying to make some room here. All right, so we're gonna fold up these apricot ones. Put a few of them on. I guess I got too much paint on the inside and I'm having trouble getting it to snap together. You know, if we have that side towards the beginning, the inside, I guess doesn't really have to, there we go. I was gonna say it doesn't really have to snap. So, let me get all those put together. Yes, ideally you want to let these dry, but nobody's got time for that. Or grab a little hair dryer maybe. I had to take a drink of water here. Okay, let's get our big tree back in place here and do a few more eggs. Hey, how you doing? We're doing Ashley. We are doing an Easter egg topiary. I'll stick the screen up. Say hey. So this is what we have so far. We're just kind of getting started. Good to see you. Okay, I'm going to take another blue one here. I always like it when my furniture flipping friends come on. Say hi. So just kind of holding this on here a minute. It's like watching glue dry, right? Okay, just trying to look and see what color we need. Let's try another. Kathleen knows all the furniture flippers. We all appreciate you watching. Okay, we're almost done with our first row. I want to get one of these green ones on here, but they aren't quite dry. I'm gonna go for it anyway. All right. I don't know how wet paint and hot glue goes, but we're working on it. Hey, Sandy. Ashley says we swear too much to do live videos. You know, it happens. Oh no. Yeah, miss seeing some videos. That's not good whenever that stuff happens. Okay, so I see yellow happening here. Let's go over here. And start our second row. And as usual, I paint on my arm. If I let it dry, that would be amazing, but you know, I have no patience. boy, the lime needs to dry. It really needs to dry. Of course, I put a second coat on, so that didn't help matters much. We'll be strategic, though. We're going to take one of these. Okay. We can fool around with this as long, when we get more of them on there as well. I really need a lime one somewhere. I'm really tempting fate here. But like I said, I'm going to get them glued on and then I'm going to touch them up. So it will not be the first time if I get a little paint on me or a lot of paint on me. Having trouble getting them closed. There we go. So at this point, I'm just taking the side that looks least bad, and then putting that side against there. Because we need lime in our lives. Yes, so definitely, if you're going to do this at home, kids, let your paint dry. But look at the speckling we're getting. It's all over me. Okay, I think we need apricot. Just trying to do kind of like a brick stack. I think whatever we do, it's going to turn out pretty. That guy fell off. Could be the wet paint. Well, this one was dry. I have to hold them a little longer. Trying to get one of these mint ones here. The suspense, I know. It's killing you, right? At least these are big eggs. It won't take long. So if you're just popping in, yes, I do usually use the blow dryer. You can only watch paint dry so long. I hear you. I know. It's like that awkward in between wait, but yeah, like I said, I kind of flew in at the last minute tonight and literally just finished eating dinner or grabbing a snack anyway. So I didn't completely have everything together. So I did try this afternoon and I had some done, but yeah, I have no patience. So that's why most of the time my projects end up being completed the next day, and then I post the finished thing, because I usually don't like to stay on any longer than an hour, and I'm already at 50 minutes, and I can't believe it. Oh, what furniture pieces I have. So I'm doing one for the spring fling, um, that Sabs Rehabs is hosting, and Sab's doing that, I think, or is it Transcend? I think it's Sab. Anyway, that's the spring fling, and I have that going on, and then also I am working on a piece for it's a texture piece for that workshop competition. Yeah, I think it is Sabrina that's doing spring fling. So for perfectly oh my gosh, perfectly distressed, is that what it is? She has that challenge going. So I really kind of did bite off a little bit more than I can chew right now because of us moving our store. So that's why my brain's going in 100 different directions. And last night I just kind of woke up, and I'm normally really calm. And last night I just kind of woke up out of my sleep and was like, oh, all these things were flying around in my brain. It's the Maker's Challenge. Pretty distressed. It's Chris. Oh my God, I can't remember anybody's names right now. Christina. You would know her if you saw her. Yes, Mascari. Yeah, so she's doing that challenge, and it's all about texture. So I have some file cabinets that I'm gonna put some texture, kind of like a corrugated metal look. I'm coming over here because I have a blue one in my hand, and I think we need that. So that's it, not much. How about you? What are you painting? Well, I know you said you've kind of been dealing with some home problems, but do you have anything going? And Ashley, also, I hope maybe when you get everything straightened out at home, I'm hosting a challenge in April, the Show Me Your Workshop challenge. So hopefully you guys can join in on that. I'm excited about that one. Come up with the most out-of-the-box creative things I'll ever sell. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, with moving, hey, it's okay if your workshop is a hot mess. Seriously. First of all, I think it's like incentive, if you to me, I always work better with a deadline. And so I think that that's kind of a good incentive, because I know for me, I don't even know if my shop's going to be together. I hope that's the first thing I want to work on when we move, is the workshop. But I think that people want to know how you work, so I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a mess. I think people like to see behind the scenes. Wow. I am making a mess, kids. You know what I might do is finish the other rows tomorrow. But I might work on putting the chocolate speckle on so you guys can see that. I'll finish this row. And I hope these guys all stay on. So you can see how quickly it goes. So what I might do is paint some more, let them dry, and then in the morning put them on when they're dry. What a concept. Now, I'm totally a deadline person, but I'm starting to freak out a little bit because there's so much that needs done before we move. Thank you, MG. I think it is looking good. I like it. Oh, I'm going to put one more egg on and then we're going to do the chocolate speckle part. That should be interesting in case I speckle the chocolate on the screen or myself. That's a possibility. Okay, I wish I had an apricot one, but I don't for there, or even the lilac, but or lavender rather. But we'll put, well, we can't put two blue beside each other. Can't put two mint beside each other, and can't do two, I don't know. What do you think? I think it'll be okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is touch these up, because I don't know whether it reads on the screen or not, but when you look at it really close, I'll pull it in really close, there's a lot of really, messy parts. So we're going to touch those up now that it's on the tree, the topiary, and that way I won't have to touch them. So I'll just do them kind of one at a time and just get them touched up and looking good, and then we'll come back in and do the speckle part. Okay. So that one kind of came apart a little bit. That's interesting. Oh well, we're just not going to worry about it. We're just going to touch it up. Touch up all the purple ones. Love this color. And I remember doing ceramics when I was little with my mom and my sister, and I just always just loved these colors, loved just opening that jar of paint. And I think that's kind of part of the reason why I love it so much today. There is something about opening a brand new jar of paint, right? Okay, so we've got the lavender ones touched up. And there should be more lavender, because I think I did 5 of each. But... okay, and apricot. Yeah, so just some of these areas. Oh, used to do oil painting? Oh, wow. I never fooled around with oil paints much. I know you can get a lot of really cool texture and stuff with oil paint. I almost kind of like the speckled effect of the lime one. I'm putting this in so far because there's like more solid paint in the middle. All right, almost done, guys. Okay, I think we're going to put the chocolate paint on here. Now this part should be interesting. So I was going to use glaze, like a Van Dyke brown glaze. And I thought, no, I'm just going to do this way. So I'm going to work on my speckling game here, my technique, but I just have a toothbrush. And I'm just going to use this kind of motion to get the paint on there. So, you know, I'm just going to do it. Oh, hey, it works. Okay, I know you can't see it, but let's see if I can do this left-handed. Maybe I'll use both hands. I don't know. Okay, now I just have a lot of paint on me. Okay, I kind of have to do it towards me, and then I'll turn it around so you can see it. Definitely getting it on my watch and my arm. You know, it might be easier if I could put this down in flat or something. Okay, we're getting some on there. Can you see that? There's gotta be other ways to do this. One of them might be to do like kind of a spray bottle. Okay, let's try something here. I have a little bit on my brush, and I'm gonna try just doing this. Why do I feel it like going on me? You got the idea, huh? Okay, yeah, on my nose. But you can start to see it. So we got a little bit of speckling on there, and that's probably all we really need is a little bit. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these guys up because we're over an hour now. I'm going to finish them up, let these eggs dry, and then finish gluing them on in the morning. And as always, look on the Instagram page and also on the community tab on YouTube. And we'll put it on Facebook too for you see it on there? Okay, cool. And then you'll see the finished result. So I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Oh, well, thank you. Well, again, I appreciate it. And I sure hope you all have a great night. And we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.